Retail egg prices in November, the latest data, were over $3.50 a dozen. That's more than twice what it was the year before. And then we still see some different stories about some eggs are even more than that for these special kinds of eggs and different things. And so we certainly have much higher egg prices, more than double what they were a year ago.
Egg prices are nothing to crack up about. And extension economist David Anderson thinks it may get worse before it gets better. With migrant birds carrying the avian flu, it's been hard for farmers to get some eggs to the grocery stores.
It's coming through the waterfowl mainly is kind of the consensus that they're carrying it. A lot of ducks and other waterfowl have it, but are asymptomatic, so they're not acting like they're sick, and they don't die from it. But when they get close and they expose a turkey or a laying hen to it, those birds react really poorly to it, and they get sick, and about like 80–90% of them die from it. Where a duck, most of them don't die; they just get like having a cold.
Even without the flu, experts say egg prices would have increased with higher costs for feed, fuel, and labor.
I might argue that we would have had higher egg prices today anyway because of high feed costs, and then throw into that high fuel costs, the cost of electricity, power, everything it takes to produce those eggs and get them to the grocery store. All of those costs are higher.
Still, they say producers are doing what they can to keep the prices fair and still be able to do their jobs.
They're not really trying to charge a lot to make money off people. It's just they're trying to make it so they stay afloat and we can still produce eggs, basically, because as we mentioned, it's big in Texas, it's a huge employer here as well. So there's a lot of people relying on that industry to be able to feed their own families and things like that.
That's a look at Central Texas agriculture from the ground up.
From the Ground Up is sponsored by Producers Cooperative, proudly serving agriculture since 1943.